Hey, friends all over the world. I want to bring your attention to something that's been happening lately, something that I believe is a very dangerous trend. Very dangerous trend. And unfortunately, a lot of people have not even been paying attention to it. They've not noticed it. They've not really identified what's happening. And like all things, the more insidious something is, the more unstoppable it is. So I want you to think about this. I want you to really hear what I'm saying, because I believe that this is one of the most severe existential threats that we are facing in the world today. Not a virus, not even racism. I think that this is the most severe, diabolical, existential threat to the human race that we face today. And that is, please stop. And that is the removal, or should I say the death, of morality. The death of morality and truth. Many of you haven't paid attention to this, but our society is facing the extinction of morality. I'm telling you, there are power structures that be today that don't want right and wrong to exist anymore. That don't want objective truth to exist anymore. So we are now convoluted with subjectivity. Everything is relative. Everything is subjective to the individual. Nothing is objective anymore. Or at least that's the agenda, that's the plan. To make society not just immoral, but to make society amoral. The difference between immorality and amorality is that immorality says, well, I know that there's a right and wrong, but I'm going to go against that standard. Amorality says there is no right or wrong anymore. I mean, notice how they've been playing with pronouns, playing with words. Now, if I even say he or she, I can be deemed discriminatory. I can be deemed racist. I can be deemed hateful because I say something that is actually in the dictionary that I was taught was the standard my entire life. And because now a small group of people seek to change the standard, anybody that holds to the standard that's been there is now aberrant, insensitive, hateful, intolerant. Oh, come on, hear what I'm saying. You know, it's like, I heard a story recently. Somebody said, a non-Spanish person said goodbye to everybody in Spanish, and the person was fired. This is so concerning. If you're not concerned about this, you should be. You should be. If I say, watch this, it's getting to the point where if you say man or woman now, you are being intolerant. You're being insensitive. I can't even say, I went to the cologne counter the other day, and I said, well, is this a male fragrance or a female fragrance? He says, well, it's unisex. There's no such thing as a male fragrance anymore. No such thing as a female fragrance anymore. There used to be male colors and female colors. That colors were gender specific. When you would go to the female section, you would see pink and blue and all these kinds of things. Light blue, like a powder blue. Now, if you even attempt to associate gender with a specific color, you are now transphobic, homophobic. You are guilty of genderism. But here's the thing that's amazing to me. How come it's okay for people who are amoral to say that people who are moral are wrong, or people who believe in objective morality are wrong, right? Or Christians are wrong. So, for example, you can watch a film that uses Jesus Christ as an epitaph, which takes the Lord's name in vain, which is blasphemous and derogatory toward Christianity. Nobody will say anything about it. That we don't consider that hate. That's not a hate crime. We don't sue Netflix for making films that deify Satan, or films that portray Christianity in a negative or non-historical light. Why is there such a double standard? Why is there such a double standard? Why is it okay for someone else to impose their beliefs on me? But if I insist on what I believe, I'm being hateful. I'm being censored. My page is reported for bullying because I simply quote from the Bible. And if there's no such thing as right and wrong, why are we so afraid of right and wrong? And it is because there has been a planned assassination of truth, a planned assassination of morality. There are people in this world who do not want objective morality. They don't want objective truth because that stands in the way of the type of life that they want to live. And if we are on the slippery slope of amorality and everything is subjective to the individual and relative to the individual, then how can we prosecute crimes? How can we determine what's appropriate and what's inappropriate? I have noticed for those who would seek to assassinate truth, truth is not a concept. It's not a philosophical iteration. Truth is not just an idea. Truth is a person. Jesus said, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life. And I have news for you. They tried to kill him once. He rose again. Please share this.